Hello, this is Mr. Hayden Apples showing some tips. Oh, and that's Biscuit. Showing some tips about how to approximate how heavy your stack of books might be for your Rescue Ralphie challenge if you don't have a kitchen scale or something at home to weigh with. We're going to use a fulcrum. I'll show you some of the steps here. So we're going to use a basic idea that if we know the force or weight of something, of one thing, we can use a fulcrum, which is basically like a teeter-totter to help us get close to the weight on the other side of a mystery object like the stack of books. So in our case, we're just using something like it has a rounded top. You might see this in diagrams of like having a triangle point at the top like a seesaw. That would probably be the best and most accurate way to do it. We also have a stiff board here. We're going to use for our known weight something from our pantry, and you can see that it weighs about 4.5 pounds. It actually weighs a little bit more with the materials in the boxes and stuff, so I can even round this up if I want to for easy numbers to like 5 pounds. That might be a good place to start. So what I'm going to do is balance on one side my Kodiak cakes. Gina, my assistant, is going to stack books on the other side, and we're going to find where it's all balanced and not tip it. So go ahead, Gina, stack them on there. Get the whole book stack. These would be the amount of books that we were able to support with our paper structure. Okay. So right now it's kind of tipping, so Gina's going to move the board just a little bit until it's perfectly balanced. Okay, so we want to get it as level as possible. If you have something like a level, that would be helpful. Like I have my tape measure that has a level on it, and I can see it's a little bit, needs to go a little farther to be exactly in the middle. All right. So now what I can do is carefully find a few points to measure from. So I'm going to find the exact, or as close as I can, to the middle point of where these where the middle of the contact would be, like the top of the triangle, but the tip, but I think it's right here in this case.
That looks like a good estimate.
I'm going to look at about the middle of my stack of pancakes. I think it's going to be right about there. So I have one set to measure from, and I'm going to look at my books and try to get them as stacked together towards the middle as much as possible. So I think right about there is going to be it. I noticed that I had a little bit of movement here. Okay, so now let's get to the calculation part. You might need some help or to use a calculator, but here's basically what we're doing. We have our board. We have our fulcrum. We know how much this weighs. We're going to say this is about 5 pounds. We know this distance. Well, we're going to measure it in a minute. And we want to find out our stack of books. I should pay attention to my drawing, not into that. That's our mystery number. We will be able to also find the distance the middle here. Okay, so with using some calculations and stuff, we'll be able to calculate our mystery weight. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to get some help from one of my assistants. Gina, come on over. Come on over. She's going to hold this so I can measure from the line I drew, which is the middle of that, to my other line.
It looks like it's about 27.
Look, it's about actually 15 inches to the purple line right here. So we're going to approximate. This is all not exact. So 15 inches. Come on over again, please. Now we're going to measure on the other side from the middle to the middle of this one, and it looks like just about 12 inches. Okay. 12 inches. So now I know because they're balanced, they are equal. So we have 15 pounds, or I'm sorry, 15 inches times 5 pounds is going to equal 12 inches times our mystery pounds. So if I use my calculator or do some quick arithmetic in my head, I know that 15 times 5 is 75 pound. Inch pounds. This is 12 inches times our mystery. So if I divide 75 divided by 12, I get my answer. $75 divided by 12 is like a little more than, it's actually 6 1/4, because it'll be 672, 3/12 is 1/4, 6 1/4 pounds. So my estimate is that this stack of books is about 6 1/4 pounds. That's how to weigh something when you don't have a scale, but you do have things like a board and some books and some things in your pantry. Good luck.